think we're live.
We're live.
Or it could say live. It might mean live.
Who are you talking to?
The one in the sunglasses,
Yourself?
probably. Instantly lose the monitor.
Instantly lose the monitor. Hey guys, how's it going? It's so hard to see you because it's sunny out here.
Very bright.
And also, you're on the other side of this camera. I'm just kidding.
Can you take these off?
Take them off.
Taking them off.
I feel like we should have had more interesting music.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can do like intro music. You can do everything. Do we need a drum roll? There
For
it is.
what?
You were going to say something.
Oh.
Wait,
Hi,
let's see.
guys.
I think this
Hi,
is
Steven.
I think this is about moving.
Moving, yes.
So
Hey,
that's
Corey.
a drum roll. Corey.
If you guys are here, please say hi. We want to say hi to you. Thank you so much for joining. Even if you don't want to say hi, we really appreciate it. We wanted to have this live to kind of go along with letting you guys know the news. Now, there's like part of me that's like, why would these people care? You know what I'm saying? Why would these people care? But at the same time, it's just like, it's a major life move. And I feel like maybe you guys could potentially, I don't know, feel inspired by it, or learn from the good, the bad, and the ugly that we had, and kind of
so
what we're
much
hoping
ugly.
for. Yeah, so much ugly. So much ugly.
All the ugly.
Hi, Danny. Hi, David. Hi, Andy. Greetings, Elm Street fans, scriptwriter. Hey, Garrett,
And Jim.
Oh my gosh, you guys, hi.
Oh, wait, Garrett, are we backwards?
Yeah.
Are we backwards, Garrett? He's always there to make sure that we know that we're not backwards.
Yes.
Which is important.
I really appreciate
the reflection really throws us off.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Yeah.
So, where do we start from the
He
beginning?
said we're not backwards.
We're not backwards.
Good news. Good
You
news.
sure?
I've been terrified.
Now I'm nervous about being backwards. Like, in
you
general.
You look great backwards and forwards.
Oh.
Can you go backwards again? Oh, yeah, much better.
I'm cousin it.
Who did that? I don't know.
But in any case, so as you guys can tell from the title and the posts that I made on social media, we have moved to Las Vegas, Nevada. We have gone all the way from Ohio. We lived in Columbus, Ohio, to Las Vegas, Nevada, which is quite a move. Every time I tell somebody, yeah, it's this far apart.
On most maps, it's somewhere around there.
About that far. And every time someone would be like, oh, where are you moving? I'd be like, Las Vegas. And they'd go, oh, you're moving. And I was like, yep.
Moving.
We are. And it's so funny because like 2 months ago or so, 3 months, maybe for about a half a year, I was thinking to myself, you know what? I'd like to go back to Las Vegas because I've only been there twice. Once when I was in high school, we just basically flew in, stayed at the Luxor, and then went and drove through California to go to Los Angeles for my first time. And then the second time was a work event. And I thought, well, I'm not going to do anything because I don't know if you guys have ever been on work trips, but you are just tired. You do your work and you're like, oh, and people are like, oh, do you go out afterward? No, you do not. I used to ask my dad that all the time. No, you do not. So I never really got to experience Vegas. And I thought it might be fun to go for a long girls trip. I haven't gone for a long girls trip. We were just sitting around for a while and thinking, what could we do differently? We need a change. We need something different. And we were like, well, we should move. And for the longest time, we're like, oh, we'll move like 20 minutes away. Maybe we'll move over here. Maybe we'll stay in the house and do some other things to it. Who knows? But we were just like, this whole area. Listen, I have enjoyed Columbus. I was there since 2017. And I had a lot of good memories. Then there were some that were not so good. And I met a lot of great people. It really started to feel like home. I mean, it was home. It felt like home. And I love the Midwest. I never thought I would move away from the Midwest because I would always say, I'm never moving out of Ohio because A Nightmare on Elm Street takes place in Ohio. Why would I leave? why would I leave? And you have all those amusement parks there, and it's so green, and the summer times are great. Like there are 3 times a year that are super nostalgic for me. Summertime makes me think of like summer garage parties, listening to 70s
Picnics.
music, picnics, what my mom calls them and I call them. And that's just like super fun, to have like a get together with people, and like my family was there. It was wonderful. And then Halloween, because you got like all those movies. I mean, at least for me, I watch all my Disney Channel movies and all the movies I've always watched. And then Christmas. It's just stuck in time. So that's 3 times, but especially Christmas and summertime. So Las Vegas,
Yeah.
halfway across the country, actually all the way across the country, because we went through half of the country. Was it in Kansas?
We did. Yeah, we did. We hit that midpoint, but it was ironic that it was almost like our midpoint too.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. This was like 2,000 miles.
Yeah. We drove the whole way.
Yep.
Both of us.
All of it.
But now I'm getting ahead of myself. So Las Vegas. We decided on Las Vegas because we both like the desert. He grew up in the desert.
I did.
I loved the desert when I visited Arizona when I was a kid. And listen, I have some experience. I grew up in a Southwest themed living room, okay, in the 90s.
Mhm.
So I was like, this is my vibe. And in fact, in our house, a lot of that 90s decor was still in there. But it was like a mismatched hodgepodge of things. But I was like, I still like this. So I've always loved the desert. And I knew that we knew this Las Vegas was an entertainment capital. I mean, obviously, people have their residencies here. It's in all movies. And since we started moving here, I've noticed people talking about it, people saying, oh, Las Vegas, Las Vegas, Las Vegas. I used to think Las Vegas was just like God threw up in the middle of the desert and it was just sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, just hot and dusty and casinos, which are my thing. I'm not a gambler at all.
We're like the worst people to move here.
We're
Don't gamble.
No.
Don't gamble.
No. Now we do enjoy a good cocktail,
Mhm.
great restaurants, and entertainment.
Which is the other like
Yeah.
half or 3/4 of this place.
Of Las Vegas.
Uh-huh.
But so what?
Just great comments.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Fear and Loathing is amazing. Sounds like we're gonna make a friend. Somebody else moved here.
Oh,
It's great
Andy,
stuff.
you're doing the Don Thompson script. That's
Yes.
great. I like that you're doing that. You got to share that with me, please.
Plus, apparently, Adam says Leprechaun 3 took place here. Is that the one with
What?
Jennifer Aniston?
I have not. That is not the one with Jennifer Aniston.
I don't know
think
which
she's in
one
that
it is.
Go Google it. I've never seen Leprechaun 3. Might be a Snacks and Screens.
Oh man,
In
especially
Las Vegas? Oh
if
my
it takes place
god.
here. Okay, so she's in Leprechaun 1.
Yeah, she's in Leprechaun 1.
Whoops. That's good. All right, Leprechaun 3. Still got Warwick Davis. That's what matters.
Oh, it is in Las Vegas.
Oh, in 1995.
See, I love this. There's so many movies that take place in Las Vegas.
This is my favorite too. I love going on IMDb and looking at the actors and being like, no, I don't know anybody.
You know what? I think we're gonna have to do that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
Because I wanted to watch all the Leprechauns, but I haven't. But it's in Las Vegas.
Thanks,
I mean, we're
Jim.
on site.
I don't need IMDb. I just need Jim.
Jim Martin.
Corey, The Stand.
Yes, Corey. I love The
Corey,
Stand.
we just watched it.
We just watched the
All-
original. I
all
just
of it.
showed him the
6
original
hours.
because I watched the original like right before
Mhm.
the new one was going to come out, which was right before COVID. Actually, it was in the beginning of COVID. So watching people die of a respiratory infection
Yeah.
and wear masks, and the government's hiding it while that's happening, I was like, I'm not afraid of this. This means nothing to me.
I've seen The Stand. I'm prepared.
Yeah, and we're gonna watch the newer one, which I've
Yeah.
already seen, but
Super dope long. It's like twice as long.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Jim
We've
ran
got
a
all the
flag.
time in the world.
Yeah, well, kind of.
Yeah.
But we also wanted to be closer to Los Angeles
Yeah.
because I've had a lot of people ask me, "Hey, are you in Los Angeles?" And I'm like, "No, I'm in Ohio."
even
And they're
assume
like,
it.
"Ooh."
They're like, so you're in the LA area.
So you're way over there.
You're in LA.
You're in OI.
So I feel like
Are you off the 104?
Yeah,
Take San Vincentio
the
to
I-10
the
by
2.
10.
Yeah.
I feel like we picked the right location to.
Mhm.
It's like, you know, you want to like live close to your parents, but not like drop in close. where they're just like always there.
Mhm.
Where you're like, I want to have some nice visits, but they could be like 4 hours.
Mhm.
That's LA.
Yeah.
Yep.
We didn't want to be too close to LA.
Yeah.
And California is super
We
expensive.
like our parents. I forgot that part.
We like LA too, but not that much.
Yeah, and our parents.
But we wanted to be close enough, but in the desert. I mean, honestly, parts of California would have worked. But like, I was super unhappy for a long time. And I mean, you guys saw when I made that video. I made that video right before or after we decided to make the move.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking to myself, actually, can we put a little bubble up here maybe afterward in post, link to that video?
Popped it.
Of just thinking about, going through life and being stuck. Being like, there's this thing that I really love that makes me happy that I don't have time for, that I've lost energy for because I do this sort of thing for a career, for a company. And I put my blood, sweat, and tears into it because I just love to do it. And I want to do a good job because I think it's entertaining. And I was just so exhausted every single day. And I mean, I think I can be a pretty good employee, but I also think that I'm pretty strong-willed, and I've had a passion for entrepreneurship. And so I mean, that's when we were just like, we're just going to make a totally different move. We're going to, I want to change up my life. And luckily he's been super supportive of it. And we love doing these videos. I mean, I've been doing videos since 2009, 7, something like that. 2009, I think, is when I got on YouTube, maybe. So very, very long time. And I watch so many YouTube videos and I love creating and entertaining people. I've always wanted to do it because it's something that I loved as a kid, was entertaining, but also the impact that entertainment has had on me. Go see Fred Heads, the documentary. It's coming to Tubi on the 25th. Yes, the 25th or the 26th. It's coming up.
Very soon.
It's Sunday or Monday. And
try both.
It'll be there.
If it's not there,
it'll be there on Monday for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely on Monday.
That's actually a better bet.
Yeah. But I just wanted to make a move. And I thought, I'm young. I don't have kids. I'm not really tied to anything. And luckily for me, I can do my job remotely or do something similar. And I've seen people do freelance work and the freedom that it offers them, because the whole 9 to 5, you do this, you come into the office, you have to do this, you have to do this like this. It's just not me. Like I can, but I don't really want to, because there's so many things that I want to do to have flexibility. And there's so much world and life out there that I was like, well, what am I going to do? Well, I guess I can start freelancing, but then focus more on going and doing all of this stuff that we love so much. And he is helping me. I mean, all these lights, you can't even see the blankets and all of the stuff that goes into it.
You don't want to see the blankets.
There's 2 front windows right there
that
are covered right now. I mean, it's insane how much he knows about media and filmmaking and stuff like that. And he's been a great help. But for me, I just felt stifled for a really, really long time. And I felt there was actually something that he said that was really the switch for me is, you put so much of yourself into this and you start neglecting the things that make you happy. And he's like, well, you're building somebody else's dream. And it's true.
It's exactly what
I'd wake up every day scared of, oh, is it going to be good enough? Is it going to be good enough? It wasn't for me. It was to help other people make more money. It was to drive all these other things. And, in many workplaces, I've found they're just a number. The things that you care about and the people that you care about will always be there. And I think I might have said this in the other video, is that you go to work, and as much as you want to believe that you mean something, you die, you best believe they'll be filling your position. When I put in my 2 weeks notice, you best believe 3 days later they had the job posted. It happens all the time. We're going to miss you, but we have to post the job. I think that might have been the exact sentence. that was put my way. And I appreciate the opportunities and I
Mhm.
loved working with people, but that's the reality of it. And I wanted to focus more on the things that make me happy and the people that make me happy, because this is the stuff that got me to do that anyway. If it wasn't for my YouTube videos, I mean, I tell him all the time how I wish I would have done more in college. But all of that stuff that I did on YouTube and doing whatever is what helped me become who I am today, which is why we moved to Las Vegas so I can live out my college fantasies. I'm kidding. I'm not.
Sneak out of
but-
class early.
But there were people,
know,
even yeah,
Drink too many soda pops.
and do a little bit too much of that. Stay up late on a school
Yeah,
night.
past midnight.
Ooh.
Yikers.
And there were people who told me, you know, you got to do it. You're braver than me. You're going out there and doing it. I've stayed here, or you're never gonna know unless you go and try, because people went out and lived somewhere else and then they came back because it just wasn't for them. And we could always do that if Las Vegas really isn't for us. But so many people that I've talked to, so many people that I've heard from, because you don't really know much about life outside of Las Vegas. You just know Las Vegas. Like, what else is out there? You just see all these mountains and desert and maybe some like places where other people live, but you don't know. But it's like a suburban area and it's very, very large. There's all kinds of just like little neighborhoods that you find in the Midwest. Somebody commented on something today and told me that Las Vegas was the Midwest of the West. And I thought that was really funny because I never would have thought about that. But out here in the suburbs, it is. It's like a Midwestern desert.
Mhm.
And it's really cool. And a lot of locals, I heard, don't really go to the Strip that often. They go to some other places, which we definitely
That makes
wanna
us
try
locals
out.
already.
Yes. People asked us today, they were like, "Oh, are you visiting?" And we were like, "No, we moved here." And they're like, "Oh, cool." And I was like, "Yeah." Yeah, even though my
'Cause you-
plates still say Ohio.
Oh, and they're gonna
They're gonna for a
not trying to pay
while.
that registration.
Mm-mm.
Expensive.
Not until next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, just, you know, it's a big, big, scary thing. And you really can't think about it too much. You really can't think about when you're going to go make a move. Like, I read this quote that said, when you're unhappy, there's one of two things you can do. One, you make your decision and you stay put. Or two, you do something and you change it, which is how I got to Columbus in the first place. I was unhappy living in northeastern Ohio, doing whatever I was doing, and I wanted to change. I wanted to be a part of a bigger city, different life, kind of start fresh. So that's how I ended up moving to Columbus. And then that happened again, but a little more severe.
A little more, like 10 times as far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. 30 hours.
Yeah. That's wild living out here and seeing signs that say Las Vegas. And just like everywhere that you turn, you just see the Strip. Like we are toward a mountain, like up on the foot of the mountain, and we make this turn.
I thought it was the butt.
The lower butt cheek.
The where it attaches.
Yeah. The low butt.
We're just right here.
We're in the crevice between the butt cheek and your upper leg.
We're in Vegas's butt crevice.
Ooh.
I held eye contact the whole time.
I think I tried to look away.
Ooh, Aaron put us in a position here.
You put us in a position. Oh, it's Aaron. Hi.
Rank them now,
Ohio
live.
friends you miss the most. Oh crap.
What if we ranked them all
Anthony.
number? What if we ranked them all number one? No response yet, so she's probably letting Anthony know.
Yeah, you gotta text him. let him know.
Anthony, no, well, yes, but not.
Yeah.
You know, we got a WTF. We got a WTF in the chat.
Uh-oh. What the fuck?
Everybody's number one.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
But Aaron, you're special.
You are special, Aaron.
So the move.
Yeah. Where were we? Because I don't think I'm following along
Oh
very
man.
well.
So you kind of explained why Vegas.
Yes. Kind of.
And we talked, well, I mean, like
Big deal.
for like three hours.
Oh my gosh.
For 19 minutes, she
Almost
explained why
20.
Vegas.
Yeah.
But I mean, I I just want to comment on the fact that really like this was a really, really tough decision that we talked about for a really long time.
But it was also a little bit impulsive
A little bit.
in a way.
We
Like,
knew
you
we
can't think
needed
too
to
much
do
about it.
something.
Yeah.
But and you know, it was tough because we were really established. We had a lot of roots there.
Yeah.
Roots. And you know, jokes aside, we're gonna really, really miss our friends.
Mhm.
But it was just like it was that opportunity again. It was get out here, try something different, live somewhere cinematic and cool.
Yeah.
You know, and
Ain't no, like, most influencers, they got that desert aesthetic, you know, they're always out there. They're like, in
look
the
at us in the
desert
desert. It's hot.
with a cape. Oh, by the way, Aaron, if you're
Sunglasses.
still on, I have this vision of you and Tracy showing up with big sunglasses and big hats and being like, all right, where are you taking us?
Yeah, we're ready to pick you up at the airport whenever.
Where are we going?
In fact, I show up at the airport every day, just
Limo.
just kind of hoping.
Pick you up in a limo.
You know, just hoping that you're going to be there.
But I'm sorry, you were talking.
I don't know. I think it's just, you
how
know,
we made the decision.
Yeah.
Like, it was well thought out. I mean, he's a planner. I'm an impulser. So he was like, okay, it's this distance and this is the good thing, and this is here. Okay, look at the cost of living. Look at all the distance from here to Los Angeles. Because we really did plan to be close, but not too close to Los Angeles. Then we were like, how about Phoenix? How about this over here? How about this? And we were like, no, Las Vegas. It's a weird choice. People are always like, why? But believe it or not, it's pretty affordable, which is why a lot of people from California are moving here. There's so many California plates.
It's better to have money than not.
It is.
That's what it turns out. We figured it out.
It is. And I don't remember the rest of my thought.
It's okay. You can tell like what kind of effect this has had on us. We've basically disappeared. We've hardly texted anybody.
That's why we haven't done anything.
It's been a lot. It really has. But you know, I'm glad to circle back on that.
What are some things that you've learned from the move?
That I've learned.
Yes.
It's good to have plans,
yes.
but it's good to know that they're not going to happen all the time. That's okay. And a plan B is also pretty smart. She's right. I'm like planning crazy. Her extended planning was like, how close to In-N-Out Burger are we?
10 minutes.
And it is 10 minutes. So, you know, we picked the ideal
when
place.
We came to visit the area after we decided, I was like, oh my God. I was literally getting up from the plane and I was like, oh my God. We're in In-N-Out Burger territory. And he was like, what? We have to get off the plane. And I was like,
we don't know where our bags are. But yeah, so basically, like if we were to sum it up, we took 4 days to get out here. Because we didn't want to rush like crazy.
We did that in 4 days.
We did. It doesn't feel like
the packing and everything was way longer.
Yeah, we got a pod.
2,700 pounds.
Oh man, now everyone knows
stuff.
How much junk we had in our trunks.
Yeah.
Big old flat butts now. Storage wise. Flat butt storage.
Ain't nothing there.
Nothing. No junk.
Fergie's not going to be singing about this hump.
It is not Fergalicious. But yeah, we threw away a ton and we packed a pod.
Yeah.
And we were actually without a lot of that stuff for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which was wild. But we thought it would all fit in the pod. We're throwing away all this stuff. It's definitely going to fit. Totally didn't.
Nope.
We got to that point where we're like, how much of this precious stuff are we going to throw away?
And can I tell you, he's like Tetris master. He was like this. And I was like,
it is true.
The fun?
It is true.
Every nook and cranny was packed. And let me also say, if you think you're packing well and somebody else is transporting your stuff, you did not secure it enough, because things have happened to our stuff on a most of our furniture was
lucky we threw out a ton.
Yeah.
Because we kept like 5 pieces of furniture. It all got wrecked.
Yeah. Holes in it.
Everybody, you recognize these back here because this is the new studio, by the way. We didn't say that. We're in the new studio. It looks the same.
Studio.
But these are new.
Freddie's front and center.
The other one's got like totally erect.
Yeah, they got holes in them. I mean, I have this tiny little dresser thing with these little toothpick legs. Somehow it went right in there.
Yep.
Just hold it.
Impaled.
That's a better word.
Yeah.
That's more horror-ish.
Like,
Like vampires.
I don't know why I clamped the table.
But yeah, that's a thing. Also, you know, if you want to go cross country, but we want to take your time, that's okay too. There's a lot of stuff that we could have seen, but I mean, it was amazing. Really, there were things that I learned about states that I didn't really think. Like I thought Kansas was like the rolling plains. You know that Microsoft background, that classic green hill with the blue background and the tree?
Found it.
It looked like that everywhere. It was beautiful. The plains were beautiful, not the wind turbines, but the plains were beautiful.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to tell them she is terrified of wind turbines, and I think it's hilarious.
I don't like them.
It's hilarious.
What movie were we watching the other day when they were
Mission Impossible 3? Yeah.
That's why you don't wind turbines. They almost got killed by wind turbines. That's what I'm afraid
Almost though. They're fine.
Some people did.
Yeah. The drive was insane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we're going more with like, what did I learn? I wish we had gotten a second pod
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't towing a trailer because I didn't say that. We ran out of space in the pod, so we had to get a trailer. And we ran out of space in the trailer.
The first thing to see that I'm going to see when I die, and if they like glide me past hell, it's going to be this 5x8 trailer holds a queen size bed.
Yep. And they have lower decks than the competition.
Easy load.
Mm-hmm. Springfield, Illinois. You should visit. I think they have like a yard ball. Oh, remember there was this one part of like Missouri or something that was super boring. And legitimately it was like 30 miles of this is a giant thing. Get off at this exit. It was like so many giant things.
It was
like
all they
giant
had.
Spoon, giant yarn.
Yeah.
Like giant waste time.
Oh, don't say that about misery.
Well, Bookie asked a question.
Yes.
I'm having so much trouble getting used to the time change.
Not me.
Not waking up. Like I can wake up at normal times, but like communicating with anybody. Like I'm looking at my phone. It's like 10 p.m., you know, which is like a normal time to maybe like catch up on some messages. That's what I think. That's what I'm going to say on this live so people believe it.
Oh,
but
that is true though.
10 p.m. is 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to stop hitting the table. It's 1 a.m. No one wants to talk to me at 1 a.m.
I do.
Oh, that was a death threat. I think that happened. But like the time change has thrown me off in that way, you know, where like we were teasing a lot that like New York and like Eastern time is almost like part of the
standard.
Yeah, it's like a standard time for our country for one, but like for a lot of the world kind of refers to that.
I don't think people who have lived in the same time zone for a really long time or for forever realize that there are other time zones. Like people when they would want to interview me, but they were in Pacific time, they'd be like, can you do 3 p.m.? And I'd be like, yes. And then I'd get on at 3 p.m. and they were like, I was like, where are you? And they were like, I'm in Pacific. And I was like, gosh darn it, I'm in Eastern. So like, you got to communicate that with people. And there are people who are like, you should call me back. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's 10 a.m. And then I'm like, no, it's not where you are. Yeah.
Craziness.
It is. It's tough.
Time change.
Yeah.
What else did we learn?
That it takes forever.
It does.
To pack and unpack.
Oh my God.
Like when you move close, you could just take your little car and just be like, I'm gonna drop this off. But when you have to make a big old move, you got to make a big old move. I mean, even that trailer was tough. Like I had to drive an hour and a half there, an hour and a half back to get a hitch
for
our car because nothing was close.
Oh my God.
The day before we were leaving.
Yeah. So my SUV didn't have a hitch. So we ordered one off of Amazon. It was going to be fine. Like it was going to make it there in plenty of time because we realized we ran out of space. So we kind of scrambled like, okay, we got to get a trailer. We'll get a hitch on here. Everything will be fine. And then the hitch arrived 2 days late.
Yeah. If
anybody wants a hitch, it's sitting on our porch. And like we had to scramble. So she drove from Columbus to Cincinnati at like 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And went and got this hitch. And so it was 1 a.m. You were talking to me at 1 a.m. I was installing that thing with a flashlight, like just to get it ready and going. And of course, the one that we went and got is not as highly rated as some. And it comes with these two BS bolts that like legitimately fell out at one point. Like, you got to read the reviews, bud. I usually read the reviews. I did not. So we had to stop in Kansas City. That dude, that manager.
He was great. Shout out to Kansas City U-Haul
Manager.
That
guy.
U-Haul manager.
We're going to send him a postcard and
we made it.
Some sort of gift card or like
Okay.
a cake. I don't think people accept cakes anymore.
I never accept a cake. I don't like cake unless it's a Dairy Queen ice cream cake.
I've seen her not turn down cake. So that's a lie.
It has to be a good cake. Most birthday cakes I will not eat.
So if I sent you a cake and said, thank you for fixing my hitch, would you eat the cake?
I'd be like, why did you send it to me? We lived together.
She likes surprises.
But other things about the move. Yes, take your time if you can. Don't stress. Pace yourself.
Yeah.
Be prepared. Think ahead. You know what? I don't know
Stop,
if it
drop,
would,
roll.
Right. I don't know if it would have been great to get a second pod though. Like, who knows what else we would have lost.
See, that was like we got lucky because the way that we packed it was we basically didn't pack anything that we were using.
Yeah.
So the trailer helped in that
Mhm.
aspect. I just kind of wish that we weren't tied down to it all the time.
Yeah.
Because there was definitely, like giant spools of yarn and spoons that we missed on the way.
But also it was more difficult to go down a lot of the canyons and stuff. But like, I've always wanted to do the cross country drive. Finally got to do it. I remember sitting in the car and we were like, all right, you ready? By the way, we had walkie talkies he hooked us up to that we were just bloop, 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 back and forth, which was a lot of fun. But that drive from the Midwest into the plains, into you don't know much about Utah. Oh, into Colorado. We went all the way through the Rockies and like the canyons. And when you're driving next to the Colorado River and it's just raging and you're just there in these beautiful canyons and campground, it's something else. And then you come out of the Rockies and you're like right by Utah and you just see these massive things right behind you. And then you hit in Utah and you've got these incredible like red rocks starting to pop up. And this little town that we stopped in, it was like a little bit of like that Western like cowboy mixed with what Nevada is like. And then that whole drive, actually the drive from Colorado to Las Vegas, the whole time, all I could think of was they walked this in the stand. They walked this. They were there in order to get to Las Vegas to like be Jesus's people and face off against evil. They had to go this way. And it would be tough.
She reminded me throughout the entire movie. We drove that.
Yeah, we did.
They walked that.
We did.
They walked it.
But yeah. So I feel like what?
Andy, I said at least 15 times that I thought the Rockies were going to be a lot rockier, and every time she's like, "Oh, we're not there yet."
Wait, Andy said if I was an influencer trying to be hot in the desert, I'd be SpongeBob and Patrick in front of the heat lamp. Oh my God, at Shell City.
Oh,
I'm a goofy goober. Yeah, but like if you were SpongeBob or Patrick, we would be like friends, and then we would both cry the tear, and it would be the tear of the goofy goober that would then take out the heat lamp, and then we would the sprinkler system would go on, and then we come back to life.
Problem solved.
Listen, I know all the SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
It's always SpongeBob.
Oh, I'm going to say this too. This is so sappy. I loved the walkie-talkies, but it did suck to drive separate.
Yeah. Did you stop in Dumb and Dumber territory? No, I wish. Lido!
We did.
You did?
We did. Yeah, where the Rockies aren't as
rocky. Oh, yeah.
there.
You mentioned that.
See? Andy, if you were wondering if I was wrong about her not getting that reference, there it is.
Trek show. Wait a minute, Lido. There's a Star Trek show here. I shouldn't be surprised. Like everything is coming here. Dokken is traveling around to do their like concerts and stuff, and they're popping off these little cities and stuff. And I was like, oh man, look at all these little cities. And then there's Las Vegas in there, and I was like, Gonna be rocking with Dawkins. So thankful because like everybody goes somewhere fancy to get their freaking concert, except sometimes they would skip over Ohio, but not Vegas. Not Vegas, baby. They come here a lot. And there's just like a lot. And I've heard, like, I feel in my guts that this could potentially become a second Hollywood. And then, like, right after I had that strong feeling, I read a couple days later that, like, Mark Wahlberg and a bunch of different people were trying to bring studios here. And I know another big reason that we moved here is because Hollywood Lido said, yeah, every August there's a massive Trek show thrown by Creation Entertainment. Oh, Creation Entertainment. They put on the Once Upon a Time show. Plus, Vegas is getting the year-round horror attraction from Universal. That's another reason why we moved here. Like, I haven't heard anything else, but to be near a Universal horror-themed attraction all year, are you kidding me? I'm going to show up on their doorstep and be like, do you need help? Because I will be there.
Okay, so updates. Steven, I would classify her as interested in being a
starter.
Yeah.
I've been more of a Star Wars fan.
She's an ensign. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wesley. I grew up on Star Trek, especially Next Generation. Really, really loved Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and stuff like that. So, yeah, we are.
But he's showing me the TV.
We're gonna go.
I've seen
to that.
Movies.
We're definitely gonna go to that.
Dude who loves movies. Excuse me. Are we coming for Dylan's new nightmare?
During the live?
Yes, we are. We will be there. Yes,
yeah.
For Dylan's new nightmare.
We just booked our Airbnb, so now we have to go. Or they're gonna be like, no one showed up.
Yes, we'll be there for Dylan's new nightmare. But we will also be back at Horror Hound, Indianapolis.
Yes.
At the end of August.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of nightmare people going to be there. If there's nightmare people, you best believe I'm lurking. Actually, I'm not lurking. I'm not lurking. I'm out there in the front. I'm probably passing by their tables.
Still lurking.
Hey, what's up, Lisa? How you doing? Oh, good for you. What's that?
Yes. Jim is going to be there.
That's right. Jim's going to be at Horror Hound with Lee and Anthony. I heard you guys are rooming together. We all have to go get dinner and hang out. Thank you so much. I already told Anthony and he agrees. So now you just have to.
Bros night. One of those nights.
Wait a minute. No.
But they're bros.
But
it's the bros.
Anthony?
Anthony can come.
What about me? Do I have to put on a mustache?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do it.
As long as you grow a mustache between now and August, you can hang out.
That's not a mustache.
Corey's gonna be there too.
Corey's gonna be there too.
Oh man, Corey, grow a mustache.
There's a HorrorCon at the Plaza in March, and Heather Langenkamp is supposed to show up. I have yet to meet her. Oh, we have so much fun.
Enjoy Spider-Verse. That looks
I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm like missing out on stuff.
Yeah, usually she has the computer. I'm terrible at this.
Yeah. Oh,
she agreed.
Yeah. Let's see some big takeaway items. We appreciate you guys sticking with us through this, like listening to us ramble and go on and on, because it just has been like all of this since the end of May, mid-May, actually all of May, between planning all of the selling and everything, which was the easiest part, honestly, to cleaning and packing up and getting everything started. And like, you look at the house and you're like, this won't take that long. But toward the end, when you're getting real tired of its shit, and you just find little knickknacks, like one box or rug. You're like, what am I gonna do with this? Do we even need it? At one point, I started to be like, throw it away. And he was like, no, we can't throw everything away. And I was like, throw it away.
Power cord for everything, throw it away. Yeah, legit. It was like, it felt like 2 or 3 days of us working like 10 or 12 hours and walking back in and like no result. Like, it's just like, what did we do? Oh man.
It. And then unpacking everything or moving things out was easier, but unpacking and trying to figure out where everything new goes was tough.
We'll give you guys a tour soon.
Yeah, there were a lot of things that we had to put together, and there's still cardboard boxes everywhere behind all these blankies. is the rest of the horror collection, because we've got like a whole other wall area over here to fill up, but we're still trying to figure out how everything's gonna like look. And then I want to fill like up there. You probably won't see it, or over here behind Fredward.
You're right there. I'm right there.
And
yeah, she did this yesterday. Look at this. Look at this. Just like everybody was saying, this looks like our old basement. She did this yesterday.
It is crazy. This is in Las Vegas.
She's really good at showing off.
That's great. I've been to IKEA like 8 times.
That's actually pretty accurate.
I had no idea their ice creams were $1.25.
So many treats.
Oh my God.
Little treats. I'm going to come out and say this too, is that, you know, we've kind of danced around this. The reason why we're here and like why we're doing this live and all these things is we're like tripling down. You know, we've been doing this for what, like a year and a half. That's it. Feels like longer. Maybe it's longer. I don't know. But like everybody's just been so welcoming and amazing. And I'll say that, especially from my stance, like she was a part of this community for literally decades. Sorry. And like, you know, you guys just made me feel really welcome, and you accepted what we do and helped us grow and share things. And I think that was a big part of this too. Like we wouldn't have been confident to make this move if we didn't have support from all of you. And it's nice to have that.
And we want to be more consistent. And so like we're like, this is literally become like my full-time thing. I mean, there's contract work and there's some other stuff that I'm working on, but like getting more consistent with our schedules, doing more fun things that we want, because like he and I are really passionate about storytelling. And over the many years, there have been a lot of different things that have popped up that I have like done from time to time, but then it kind of loses its luster for me. But I love telling stories. I love going to see people. I love talking to people. I love, you know, being weird on camera. And
you do love that.
I would love to honestly make Snacks and Screams super easy. Come out, talk about it. But that show takes a lot, because we watch the movie twice. I write the full thing. We do a bunch of like some research around it. He goes through, he zhuzhes it up, makes it funny, makes it better.
It's already funny.
It's not. And then we, you know, take these times of day to then figure out, okay, we're going to have a storyline, a costume, a character. And it takes quite a bit of time. And then the editing that he puts into it, from all of the, you know, inserts and zooms, but then, you know, there are some sick, let me tell you, in this next episode, there's a really fun storyline, I think. And then some really incredible editing, like that we've not had before. We always try to do something different, but he's done some really cool stuff. And we're going to be finishing it within the next 48 hours, filming it.
Yeah, that's actually part of why we're here.
Yeah. And then putting it out.
Yeah, what day was that?
July 8th. No, July 1st. July 1st.
Did you just give me another week?
Oops.
Oops.
July 1st.
Just kidding, it's July 1st.
July 1st is the premiere of Snacks and Screams Season 2.
July 1st.
July 1st.
You hear how much we're saying that? Because now
1st.
It's like out there. 17 people know. July 1st. So now we have to do it.
Yes. So we will be coming back, and we have a lot of really great movies planned, a lot of different things that we want to do. But then in addition to that, there are like coverage opportunities and these fun things that we have coming up that we want to do more and do things for the horror community that haven't really been done that much, or in my opinion, haven't been done right. And just have fun and tell stories and create and entertain people and make people's lives better and hopefully inspire people, because that's what I really also really want. And I know he does too, is to inspire people to learn, to create, to break the mold. And I mean, we moved across the country breaking the mold. Most of my family is still there in Ohio, except my sister. She lives elsewhere. Actually, my whole family is there. And then my great aunts live more out west, but they live in Colorado. And so it's, it's a huge move for me. I mean, I lived in Orlando, but only like a year. He lived in Orlando for 2 years, 3 years, 4,
2.5.
2.5.
Armpit.
It's the armpit.
Yeah, the Brad Pitt.
Nice pits, Brad.
We like that joke.
Yeah, but if you feel stuck, if you feel unhappy, if you feel something, you've got to change it. And there's really, when you think about it in life, I mean, we're here like just a little speck of time. Like you look at that. So picture yourself walking on a beach, okay? And you're like, wow, look at this ocean. But you are time. And all those little specks below you are moments in time and people and lives and everything. That's like, we're just so small. So to make the greatest possible impact that we can have or make the most out of our little bit of time that we know that we have here, you've got to do something about it. And we want to make the world a better place. We want to do good for the industry, do good for other people, and carve a new path, because the people who walk the same path as everybody else or who are complacent and let things be, they're the ones who wonder. They're the ones who never did. So find a way to get yourself out of there and, be planful, but also at the same time, don't forget to be a little impulsive. Otherwise, you will drown yourself in your thoughts.
We watch a lot of TV and movies. Obviously, we take in a lot of content. We're definitely getting more Freddy versus Guy Named Jason.
Although I have some sad news. My mask majorly ripped.
We'll get it fixed.
Yeah.
But we watch a lot of stuff, and we've been we've been watching The Idol, and they were talking about it. They're all sitting around a table, and if people don't know about it, it's about a pop star, and basically like this crazy manipulator dude that moves in and like
The Weeknd
takes over The Weeknd. And they're all sitting around this table and they're talking about her making this move, and like not physical move, but like putting something out there that's super risky and super like controversial. And they're like, well, what's like the potential result of this? Like, what could happen? We just want to make sure that we're prepared for the risk. And while we definitely don't agree with The Weeknd's character, he's like, it's not a risk if you do that. And like, I think that's kind of what you're saying, is that a lot of times we do live where it's safe, and that is absolutely okay. We have spent years and years of our lives being comfortable and happy there. It's just that we found that we weren't, and to not really quote him, but to kind of quote him is exactly that. Like, this wouldn't be a risk and it wouldn't be worth it if we knew how it was going to work out. And if you did, then everyone would do it. So that's what's kind of cool. And like, again, gonna get sappy. I wouldn't do it with anybody else but her. And I don't, well, Roland did. And I don't know. I just want to say thank you to all of you again, and to like all of our friends and family.
Yeah. Thanks for watching our stuff.
Yeah. So literally everybody was just like, oh no, do it.
Yeah.
Like, you've got this.
A lot of people were really supportive, which was strange. I mean, after the fact, people were like, oh, blah, 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 blah. But a lot of people were like, go for it. Now I'm going to come visit you. And
yeah.
Like,
a lot of people were very excited.
I was like, that extra bedroom is
bedroom.
going to be well used.
That was like the second thing we set up. We're like, people are going to show up.
Just in case.
If you build the guest room, they will come.
Yeah.
That's a Field of Dreams reference. I don't think you know that.
I don't know.
I can assume if it's not horror, there's like 80% chance she hasn't seen it, but now it's on the list. Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner.
Kevin.
our friend's parents have this little poodle named Kevin, and every time you say his name, he goes nuts, and I don't know why. My brother's name is Kevin too, so now we'll walk up to him, we'll be like, Kevin, and he's just like, why are you screaming my name?
Every time I hear Kevin, I always think of Up when they have that big bird and they named it Kevin, but then they find out it's a girl and he goes, Kevin's a girl. I always love that part. But yeah, thank you guys so much because, being our friends has, watching our stuff, interacting with us has inspired us to go out and change our lives. So in ways you can think about the fact that you guys have had an influence on us, wanting to be better, do better, not stay stuck, whatever it is. We really are grateful for having you guys as friends. I'm talking to everybody, even if you're a lurker, like a chronic lurker, it means a lot to us. So thank you. And yeah, we hope to see you around. I mean, we might live here now, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to keep traveling back to the East Coast or just have more opportunities to travel elsewhere to do horror things and talk horror and talk to horror fans and other people. Like, one of my favorite things I did was my little podcast called The Horrorpreneur, where I interviewed people who weren't really talked about, but that carried with them some nuggets of information and wisdom, like Nathan Thomas Milner. How did he start doing art for Horror Hound, or NECA, or Casey, the homicidal homemaker? How did she start doing this magnificent YouTube channel about cooking horror themed stuff or whatever it might be? Like, that's so fascinating to me because those are people who have taken a passion and they've done something with it. I shared a video today that Matthew Lillard got every day. I find new ways to love him even more. He was talking at a convention about how he was just such a weirdo. And I don't know if you know this, he still is. He plays Dungeons and Dragons, and I love that about him.
What's his character? Mage.
It's not mage.
He's not a mage. He might be the dungeon master. Ooh, he could do the voices.
Yes. But he was talking about how he, if you're a cosplayer or you are the weirdo or the outcast, you have a chance to be, stand out, because people pick on us. But a lot of times the people who are out there and who have done something creative in entertainment of some sort, they've always been the weirdos. And it's so funny to me that I just see a lot of people looking at other people who would have been called weirdos and being like, I love them so much. And it's like, where was this energy when we were in high school?
Yeah, we needed that.
But he's talking about how, he was like nerdy and, a little bit more on the heavy side, and how, if you're different, that you have something that nobody else has, and you have opportunities that nobody else has, and you just got to find what you love and you got to do it. Matthew Lillard.
I have a new quote.
For you.
Weird is a superpower.
I have heard that somewhere.
I made it up. Somebody Google it. I'll do it. It is, though. Like, to be okay and to be comfortable in being different and liking the things that you like no matter what is really neat. So it is a superpower, because the reason why people mock that stuff or make fun of it is they don't understand it, or they don't appreciate it, or they didn't get the opportunity,
or they're afraid
themselves.
To break the mold and do something, because there's a lot of people out there who are just comfortable being the usual,
and that's okay.
It is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
not for us.
Mm-mm.
Super weird.
We are strange and unusual.
Yeah. We started this podcast live wearing sunglasses.
Come on now.
Inside. That's weird. Steven wants to know where you got your shirt.
Steven, I'm not entirely sure. Can you check my tag?
Yeah, I was actually going to do that while you were talking. It is the T-Villain.
Oh, T-Villain. Yeah, they have run of t-shirts sometimes, and I really, really liked this one because it had Nancy on it. Look at her. She looks so great. She looks so great. And so Yes. But
Adam, with great weirdness comes great responsibility.
that is true, Adam. Thank you, bub.
Yep. I think
That is a
that's
quote.
what we're gonna do. We're just gonna lean into the weird. Just lean into the weird.
Yeah, because for a while I could not get my Snacks and Screams character down. Like I couldn't get her. I was like, what the? Then I found when I was just as weird as I could possibly be, like the depths of the brain functions and all of the things that I like want to be or think about, and I just let her out. That's that person.
Mm-hmm. She can't contain it.
The mask comes off, and then she's like, "Wah!"
Can confirm. The poor Mikes.
Poor Mike.
It's okay. Poor Mike. Poor Mike. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything?
I don't have anything else.
Look
Thank
at
you,
that.
guys.
Look at that timing.
Holy moly!
Every time. We can just word vomit
So
for
great.
about an hour.
We're always like, oh my God, how are we going to fill 10 minutes?
Never a problem. I sit back. She does all the talking. It's great.
That's what he says sometimes. I'll be like, oh, and he'll be like,
That's sometimes what I hear. I don't know. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you, guys.
July 1st.
July 1st, Snacks and Screams Season 2.
And, if
More
we don't
Freddy
get it
versus Guy
done,
named Jason
we'll
coming out.
release the first 3 quarters. I'm just kidding. We'll get it done.
We just had a conversation.
I just made a commitment in our business meeting.
Yeah, he's going back.
Yeah, that's why I said it so many times. Now I have to do it.
Yeah.
And more Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
Weekly lives.
Yes.
And then she's got some stuff. Oh, man. I tell you what. Some of the things she's working on. It's going to be good.
There are 2 things in particular. I mean, the 3 big things right now, I'm really hoping work out as I want them to. I'm feeling good. But, until it's like you're there and it's confirmed, you just don't quite know.
Mm-hmm. But we'll
yeah.
tell you as soon as we do.
Mm-hmm. So thanks, guys. We appreciate you. We will see you on July 1st. But before that, we will also have another live next week.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays.
We don't know what we're going to talk about.
What up, Wednesdays?
But on Wednesdays, we wear pink.
We say, what up?
Am I allowed to quote Mean Girls on a horror channel? Is this a horror channel?
Yeah.
Horror adjacent.
Horror.
Oh, Mean Girls 2.
Ugly.
That was a horror movie.
That's a horror movie.
Oh, she said it. We're
My
demonetized.
girl. I've always been the
before you
Janice.
even got started.
My wig is made of your mom's chest hair.
That's true. She does use foot cream for her face, though.
Yeah.
Smells like a foot. We could keep quoting Mean Girls all day, so I'm going to let you in this.
Well, appreciate you guys. If you have questions or anything, please reach out to us. I'm sorry if I did not get a chance to read your comments. He's been looking at them, responding to them however he can. And just thank you. If there's more of the stuff you want. Dad? Hi. Wait a minute. How did you even know about this? Are you secretly following me somewhere that I don't know about?
Hi, Dave.
Oh, wait. No, I think I know. Hi, Dad. We
We miss
appreciate
you.
it.
We
miss you guys a lot. But also, yeah, thank you for being so supportive because it would have been really hard.
Uh-oh. He added a question mark. I don't know if he loves it.
I don't know what the question mark means. And I'm going to cry.
We love and support you. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. This is awesome.
Thanks.
2 lives in a row.
Oh, my God. What was the other one?
Well, I mean, if you cry next week.
Oh, no, I can't cry every time.
We'll talk about something happy next week. This is happy.
Like blood.
These are blood. Yikes.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Signing off. I wasn't crying.
I haven't ended it yet. She was crying.
No.